I got to make the time and a half an hour later when my kids have swimming lessons at this time, so I got to eat lunch real quick. How's everybody doing? I'll eat my pizza real quick and then we'll start building carriages. I did order all my bearings, so I know I have all my bearings, so we can hopefully get the carriages installed and run belts. I'm hoping. Pending any unforeseen circumstance. Yeah, I'll adjust the stream for like another half an hour later. Because on Saturdays it's always swimming lessons and we get home so late. I need some heat sets. Soldering iron. Hey Chaz, welcome. Welcome everybody. Sorry, I'm just going to eat. And I'll get started. Hey Pixel Thrust, welcome. Hey Jaden, welcome. Okay. One day I'll plan the times, right? I believe I got enough belts to run belts. At least I hope so. I love having my bamboo around the corner because I can't hear it. Yeah, when my X1 Carbon was in my office, like right there, it was so loud. As soon as I moved it around the corner, my basement was like so much better. Did you get your clipper conversion printing, Chaz? right back. I get them from Amazon. They're on the bill of materials. Not the Amazon one. Okay. Get this fan in here. So I'm not. All right. If you're on my Discord, I can put a Amazon link to the IGES bearings I use. Get this heating up. I know I am going to need it. Yeah, I buy it's a pack of 7 or something like that. I've never had any issues with it. Amazon though only shipped me 4 when they were supposed to ship me 7 one time though. So we are going to add heat sets to the carriages here. They actually go in these holes in the back. These heat sets are very important because they hold the clamps, or they're basically for the carriage clamps, which you need, otherwise the IGES bearings will be very sloppy. I need to get my square. You want to get these as flat as possible. It's a little annoying to do, but you can do it. You just got to come in on an angle here on the heat set, otherwise you will melt parts. But there's lots of room here to get in on an angle. There we go, just like that. Takes a while to heat these heat sets up with ABS, but they do go into the hole quite easily, and then you can make sure they're nice and flush. I just hold the threaded rod with pliers, Chaz, and just cut them. You don't have to really do anything crazy with it. It's very easy. Because the threaded rod is threading into plastic, it doesn't matter what the threads look like. So that's one. I just use a hacksaw. Same hacksaw I used to cut the carbon tubes, I just use the hacksaw to cut the rods. Nothing fancy. So, you can actually use a guide bolt in these carriages here that will stick up, so you can put your threaded insert on the end of this bolt if you're having trouble getting it in straight. So this will keep the heat set nice and aligned as you put it in there. So yeah, honestly, I use the exact same hacksaw as like a $12 hacksaw, I think. I use this to cut everything. Yeah, it'll be totally fine. They're not hard to cut. They're not like hardened steel or anything like that. There we go. So it does take a little bit longer because you are heating the bolt up slightly if you do it that way, but you can do it with a M3 to guide it in. The hole should hold it in though, so. But you always want to come in at an angle, otherwise you will melt plastic that you don't want melted. So you can see there, nothing is melting and the heat set goes in perfectly. So there's 2 done. Just got to do this last one. I'd like to get the top installed and get the belts ran today and get everything nice and tensioned up. And then this week I'm going to build my arms. Because basically I'm going to be building 1 arm a day. With my single arm jig. There we go. I don't think... I do need to put some heat sets in the idlers. I gotta go grab those. All right, so we have these idler slides. We do have to put heat sets in these. And they go on the inside, which can be a little tricky to get in there, but like I say, you can use a bolt. Just thread through the one end, and then you can attach your heat set like so. Just pull it down, fits nicely there, and then just use the soldering iron to take it in the rest of the way. Or at least to get it started, and then you can take the bolt out. So that's not quite started yet. That's good. take my square and we'll just make sure that's nice and flat. So, say heat sets go right into the idler slide there. I keep forgetting I still need to fix the fan duct for this printer on printables. One of the holes is off, so I will upload that today. Nice and flush. And just make sure you're putting in the heat set on the inside, not the outside, right? You don't want it to pull out. No. I've never had it trigger a fire alarm. You should have, like, really you should have almost no smoke, because you're just softening the plastic so the heat set will go in. You're technically not burning it. So for the most part, usually I don't get a lot of smoke, but sometimes you'll get a little bit. But yeah, I've not had it do that. There we go. I just picked up a Prusa MK2 clone for free. Oh, nice. I don't think you could probably use the motors. I'm not familiar enough with the Prusa. So an i3 clone, I don't think the rods are going to be tall enough. You could maybe use the motors and pulleys and some idlers, maybe. I don't think you'd be able to use a whole lot. Just put clipper on that clone and just use it. That's probably the better way to go. All right. So these are ready to actually install on the rods. So I'm going to install that on there. I need to make sure my flags are oriented the correct way, so that's good. I have to go upstairs and get my other bearings, but oh yeah, there's a I had a power outage when I was printing these parts. Luckily my X1 carbon recovered, so I didn't lose 3 hours worth of printing. But I did get a little bit of plastic burr on the inside, which I'll have to cut out. Okay, so I need a hammer because we're going to have to pound in the rods as well. We're going to need this. And And I'm going to need the linear rods wherever I put those. Right here. Just going to grab some towel to get rid of all the grease on the rods. Okay. Man. It's all over the place here. All right. You didn't miss much, Mitsubishi. Welcome. I'm just getting the rods installed. Yeah, Chaz, I always use glue sticks, so there is no way that is happening. I have never upgraded my bamboo bed at all. It's not PEI. I just use the flat engineering side with glue stick. Never had a problem. I use bamboo glue stick, and ABS is always excellent. ABS, ASA, PLA, all on the engineering side. So, no issues. Okay. So I need to tap in these rods on the floor, of course. So usually I just put the frame onto 2020 extrusion, and then I'll tap the rod in. It's not really much to see. I can't do it on this table. One, it'll be way too loud, and this table's too rickety, so take it down on the floor here. Just put these rods in place. These are just rods from Amazon, of course. You can probably hear the sound change once the rod is fully installed. Sometimes the hole's a little bit small, but it should be okay. And then I just have, the rods don't go all the way through, so just make sure that you're not slamming it all the way through. They do stop, I believe, around 10 millimeters from the bottom, so I mean, you're not going to really be able to see this, unfortunately, but the rods don't all the way go in all the way. Okay, all those look good. think I might need to okay, so this is the front of the printer right here. You can tell by the cutouts for the door. Knew I forgot something. I gotta go get my bearings. So like that, and then let me go get my bearings that I ordered. Alright, bearings. I think I only got 4 again. It's supposed to be 7. It's supposed to be a pack of 7. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, only 4 again, which is weird. I'll have to double check the listing. I swear it said 7. Well, I could be wrong. Oh yeah, this one I have to cut out this little lip. From my power outage print. It's rounded, so it's very difficult to do. I don't know if I want to try and use a hammer and hammer that off. Some of it came off. Yeah, you need 6 350 millimeter rods. Technically fits in, but you can see how like messed up that is because of that piece in there. It's close though. There, I think I pretty much got it. Yeah, that's better. Okay, there we go. That's how the carriages sit. My top piece is here. Again, make sure the cutouts here are at the front. And make sure you're putting it the right way on. Definitely double check, triple check that everything's on their correct way. So yeah, that's good there. So we need to hammer the top in. I'll do it on the floor for rigidity's sake. And just go slow, take your time. Just evenly spaced. Tap 2 rods in first, then tap 2 more in. Not all the way, just get them started on each corner first. Don't force anything. And it all goes together nicely. So I'll try to show you guys. It might be a bit loud, I apologize, but so, right, we're just tapping it on each side, right? So, and again, they don't go all the way in. You'll hear it when it bottoms out. So I'm pretty much good there, I think. So I don't have a ruler or anything like that, but you definitely should check to make sure the top is even. You can use a set of calipers. These. So you can measure from the top here how far the rods have went in to make sure that they're the same. So this is about 8.3. I mean, there is shrinkage with ABS. Yeah, so that needs to go down a bit. Yeah. There we go. 9, 10, 9, 9, 4. Yeah, so I think this top one needs to go down just a little bit. Yeah, that's looking better. Yeah. We'll say perfect. I'll get some feet. And again, I'm just using a cheap pack of rubber feet off Amazon. Like, again, there's no need to buy anything expensive or crazy or these insane rubber feet. Pretty straightforward, just stick them on the frame. Nothing special. Easy as that. Flip it up. All right. Your carriages should slide nice and smooth now that they're all straight. These aren't tight yet either, by the way, but so this is all ABS plus Sparta 3D. It's all Galaxy ABS plus from Sparta 3D. We're essentially going with Delta Flyer color scheme from Voyager. So light gray, dark gray, blue accents, and then the inner plate is going to be a Sparta Galaxy red. So what you can do now is you can start to tighten your carriages down if you want to. You can do that after the belts are done too, but you can see here this obviously isn't going to work. So there's clamps here for a reason that you want to clamp down. I have to remember if it's a 12. I don't quite remember how big the screw M3 I need? Is that a 16 or a 12, I think? Hopefully I have those. Looks like I do. I will get the 16s. So yeah, these are 16. Hey, welcome. And again, you don't need to tighten these down crazy. You want to tighten them by feel. You still want it to slide nice and smoothly. You don't want it too tight. We're just making like small adjustments. I'm pretty happy with this. So M3 by 16s. So that's good there, maybe a bit tight. Loosen this one here. Yeah, there's not really a point to use a probe, but you can use a Triangle Labs probe if you want to. It doesn't work very well with the bamboo hot end. It's just this guy here. It's $10. So it's just a piezo probe. It goes on the nozzle. There's a foam that goes on this, and then the foam sticks onto your nozzle and it just probes the bed. It works well. It's $10. I think it's on the Min bill of materials, but yeah, you definitely don't need one. You do one manual calibration and then you're done, basically. Alright, so we should be able to run belts. I need to get my idlers. Got my idlers here. Pins are. Where did I put those pins? Hey, welcome. Alright, so put this on the ground here. So I'm using a M5 by 16 dowel. These are from Amazon. They fit the idlers absolutely perfectly. If you want to use M5 bolts, you can do that as well. They're 16 millimeters also. Yeah, whatever delta that you want to play with, definitely you want to put clipper on it. That will be your first project. Sorry Sorry for the noise. So yeah, you can see that just pinned in there. It doesn't move at all. It doesn't rock back and forth. Very, very clean. Easy. So that's how you install the idlers. Pretty straightforward. Try not to make a huge amount of noise for you guys. Line up the bearing here. And that one. So these are Hillitich dowels. There we go. Done and done. 3 idlers done. So yeah, this is the... If you're in Canada or whatever, you want to order these. I just ordered a pack of them. That's what they are there. Hillitichi, however you say that. So we need for that. So grab this. And I can't remember if it's a M12 for this? Yeah, so M12, but we want to run the belts first, so let's just pop this down. I can get it. Okay, so I have some belt here. So what we're going to do is we're going to thread the belt around the bottom first. I might have to take the motor plates off. Sometimes you do. It depends on how much you want to fiddle with it. But you need to feed the belt around the pulley essentially. Depends if the belt wants to cooperate with you or not. It's not the end of the world if you take the bearing plate off, but usually you can just use a Allen and kind of feed it in. There we go. So yeah, see, I was able to feed that through, so I'll turn it so you guys can see. So yeah, make sure your belts go through the carriage, through the center of the carriage. Both sides have to go through the center of the carriage. So like this, right? So around the motor pulley and then through the center of your carriage, okay? And then what you want to do is take one of your idlers, you're going to thread the belt around it, and then we are going to basically attach the idler at the top with an M3, and we are just going to screw it in until it bites into the heat set. There. So that's not coming off. So we have everything routed how we want. Now we need to wrap it around our belt holder here. So it just goes around those 2 holes, pretty easy. I mean, I shouldn't say like pretty easy. You do have to like wrap it around, cut it to length correctly and stuff like that, which can take a little bit of time. But so what I'm going to do is we're going to wrap it around the bottom first. That way we're not cutting both ends, we're just going to cut a singular one. And this might take a bit of finessing to get the belt to kind of sandwich together, but it's not too bad once you get the hang of it. You can basically press the teeth together first and then slip it around the loop, and it will make sense when you're building. But yeah, it can be a little bit tricky. So I'll show you guys. So just like this. So it wraps around on itself and then the teeth lock it in place. So obviously now this belt is too long. So we need to basically get this as tight as we possibly can, and then we can tension it with the bolt at the top. So essentially we're trying to loop this around while holding it taut, and then sliding it in on each other on the teeth here. It's kind of hard to show, but like I say, when you're building, you'll kind of get the idea. It's probably the only tricky part of this build is doing this final loop, I guess, if that makes sense. Because you really have to get it in there and have the teeth mesh together. So do it facing me, it'll be probably easier. There is a mod on printables though for different style belt carriage. If you don't like this style, you will need to use a new top, which Kaza did pin on my Discord, and I believe he actually has it on printables as well. So you can see we looped it around both ends. This is pretty floppy though. I don't know if I can take up enough slack, but we'll see. Because you don't want this M3 bolt to run into your idler. So let's just see. Yeah, it's good. Hey Nuno, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So that seems to be okay so far. So then we basically just slide this into the carriage and it's held in with 2 bolts. Really, really easy, and then it attaches to the carriage. So not too difficult to install, that's for sure. This is not too bad. I just don't know if I have enough. Definitely want to make sure you're happy with it before you, and yeah, I don't know. This probably could be tighter. So we'll loosen this up here. Again, we're just loosening this until it comes out of the M3, and then we'll just thread it back in like 1 or 2 threads, just so it holds us. Because yeah, this is definitely too floppy. We want to try to get that a bit tighter, so. There we go. So, sometimes you can actually pull this a little bit. If you just get it out just a tiny amount, you can pull it. I think I just broke that off there, but it's fine. All right, I'm gonna live with that for now. So let's put these bolts in. They just thread into plastic. I think M3 by 12 will work. It might be M3 by 16 as well. I should actually check this. Yeah, go M3 by 16. So all 4 bolts on the carriage are M3 by 16. Hey, welcome. And the holes are a little small. You got to kind of give them a bit of pressure so they hold in there nicely. Hey Nuno, thank you. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. Okay. So I'm happy with that. We will tension this up pretty good. Yeah, that's much better. So we can cut. I'm not going to cut it like crazy flush, but that is how we do that. We might have to trim that belt a little bit more on the end, but very easy to run belts on a Delta. They're a straight line, unlike Core XY. Love the work you put into the designs. Thank you very much for sharing it with us. Not a problem. I'm very happy to do it. So yeah. I will say the Apex mod, it's probably easier to run belts. I've not tried it myself. But there is a mod on printables. It's for Min, but it should work fine for Delta Flyer. And Kaza on Discord has made a top mod for Delta Flyer. So that's very nice. Do this other side here. It's too short. This is a prototype that I was testing out, I believe. Should be perfect length for this. Yeah, this definitely be fine. Okay, actually, before I do that, let's do this correctly here. So, again, we're going to feed these belts through. This one has kind of like a curl on it already, which should help us, hopefully, get it around the motor pulley right away. I'm just using an Allen and I'm just pushing down on the belt teeth to kind of feed it through. A little flathead screwdriver would be a massive improvement to this Allen. Come on, belt. Again, you can just take off the motor plates like a normal human being and not be lazy like me, and you'll have no problem. But I'm lazy and I just want to feed it in this way. Because I got the other side. I did do it this way on the other side, so... And of course, if you're building printers, I highly, highly, highly recommend you always use the same brand of belt as the same brand of pulley and idler that you're using. If you can, try not to mix and match your pulleys with your belt brands. For instance, if you're using Pouch, you want to use Pouch belts and you want to use Pouch idlers. Okay, I'm just gonna stop being lazy and I'm just gonna pull the motor plate off. It'll be faster in the end. Actually, I'll just tip this one down. Pop that out. We'll take the loop. Put the loop around the stepper very easily, and then we just reattach. Yeah, oh yeah. That tweezers would work really good too. This weighs pretty fast too, truthfully. There we go. Done and done. Again, don't forget to put your belts through the carriage hole. You'll have a bad time if you forget that. Feed it into your idler and slide the idler into the slot. M3x12 goes at the top. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much the length. I just 4 meters of belt is plenty, and you'll have extra if you make a mistake. So and we loop it around there. Make sure I actually did this right. Yes. So we can pull this tight. Did I do this right? That is not right. Pay attention to the orientation of your belt clip as well. I think this is the right way. Yes. Yeah, I will eventually make a 2020 Delta. I don't know when that's going to be. I've got a lot more projects on the go. But yes, I do plan on making an updated version of my Phoenix Delta for sure. I don't know what size the Delta is going to be yet. I have not yet figured that out. I'll probably like put out a poll or something like that for people. What size of Delta they'd like to see. I'm not building a giant one or anything again. I don't want a Delta that's too large. My Phoenix Delta was too big. It worked for me though. I printed out a lot of printers on that printer. Yeah, proper Phoenix 2 double shear. Probably a 2040 frame. Well, yeah, it is a 2040 frame. I've got the design done already in CAD, so I don't remember what size I made it now that I think about it. But yeah, I basically, I'm pretty sure I have a 2040 Delta design done in Fusion, or mostly done. So we want to tighten that up. You can kind of hear the belt making music almost. That's pretty good. There we go. Those are pretty good. One down. Oh, does the Doron Velta have a metal bed like that exists already, like on AliExpress and stuff? Like, how easy would it be for people to source? Okay, I need one more belt. This work? That will work. No, this is a different brand. Find a piece of belt I can actually get. This is like actual Gates belt. I'm using No Name. I want to stay with No Name for this build. So this will work. Yeah, I'll have to check it out and see. Mandela Roseworks is so expensive though. They're nice. I had one on my Trident. But they're so expensive. Alright, come on, belt. Yeah, look at that. First try. Done and done. Another tip if you're building Delta Flyer is make sure your motor spins smoothly. I've had it where I was using an 1mm washer in between the bearing and the pulley, and it was pressing in my motor, and it was jamming my motor. So be careful with that. You should always make sure your stepper spins smoothly. So there's that. My other last idler. Feed that through. Slip this into place. Lock it in. Make sure it's running nice and smoothly, which it is. And we will do the bottom one here. Make sure this is going through the carriage. So there we go. Try to get this as tight as we possibly can. So that we have lots of tensioning room. There we go. Yeah, that would definitely work. These bolts also provide strength to the belt loops too, because now you have M3 holding it essentially. Alright, so we can tighten this up now. Nice tension on it. Clip this. And there we go. I think one of my pulleys is out around. I don't know what brand these pulleys are. I just pulled them out of my drawer. And that is the front right there. Belts all ran. Everything feels pretty smooth. I think this one pulley, or this one idler here, is probably not straight. I'll probably have to swap that out with another one that I have. Don't cheap out when you buy. I think on all my bill of materials I have pouch spec'd out, so I do recommend it. But yeah, that's the frame assembled. I do recommend that you take a ruler and make sure that the frame is the same distance on each three corners. You can use a hammer and tap up or down on these to get them as close as you possibly can. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this feels so far. This one slides really, really nicely. This one's pretty good. This one is a little bit stiff, but that's the nature of IGES bearings and rods at random. Again, these are all Amazon rods. That's a bit better. Just a little bit of play though. You can always fine tune this on the fly when you actually start printing, but so yeah. I think next stream I'm gonna print this inner plates here. I'll adjust the camera height up so you guys can see better too. We'll print the inner panel. I'm going to I'm gonna make all my arms. So my arms are ready. So I gotta basically do one arm a day with my single jig. I got my MP jets. I have to order some carbon tubes though from Amazon. So there's that. But we are making good progress on Delta Flyer for sure. I don't know what extruder I'm going to use on this just yet. Maybe my own extruder. I haven't quite decided yet how we want to do that. And I haven't got my CB1 yet for my main board here. I should be getting that this week. I did order it like a week ago. But anyways, yeah, we're going to be using this Manta Easy that I have lying around. We'll throw it in here somewhere. There's definitely plenty of room for it in the top. It's nice because I have the CB1 here. I don't have to run any wires or anything like that. We are going to power this with just a AC adapter. So I have cutouts in the frame. I've got cutouts to run wires. out. I have cutouts down here for my stepper wires. We're going to basically run them on the inside, and then they're going to come in through a cutout on the top here, on the top panel. So yeah, I've got lots of printing to do, and I've got to get my arms made right away. So that's kind of it for episode 2, Delta Flyer Stream. Had a bit of a late start, but we got what I wanted to accomplish for sure. It's definitely coming along quite nicely. And next stream, I think we should be able to attach the arms, attach the effector. I don't even think I have a bamboo hot end either. I'm going to have to get one of those. I'm going to probably have to get fans too. I don't have... Oh no, I do have a 3010 fan for this already. I'm pretty sure I do. Yes, GDS time. I have this one here. Yeah. So I have a 3010 fan ready to go, so I won't have to order that. Yeah, next Saturday stream, I'm going to make it at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so half an hour later so that I'm not so rushed. And I'm not eating on camera for you guys and all that kind of stuff. But that's the front of the Delta there. Yeah, really coming along. I really like the color scheme that I have here. Big thanks to Sparta 3D for helping me out with this. We'll get our nice bright red Galaxy panel in here. I'll print the effector out. Oh, I never thought of the effector. I'm going to put that red. I'm going to make the effector red. I was thinking of where could I do red that you're going to see, because you're not going to see the top panel. But the effector in red will be perfect. So, thanks so much, guys, for tuning in and hanging out with me. Next Saturday, we are going to be getting the arms all bolted on, getting the effector installed. We'll install the top plates. It should be fun. And then maybe we can start doing some wiring with the main board and stuff. Oh, I'm the same way. I had a LAN party last weekend, so that's why this was clean. Normally I've got stuff everywhere. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in, and I will catch you on Discord, and I'll catch you Saturday.